Yeah.
Hey.
So.
Whoa, what? There's not any rats in here. It's a beautiful library.
This is a nice library.
There's anybody that's a rat in here, it's me, right?
You were a rat at one point.
Well, now, which one are we talking about? For the like you ratted
I've
on the
done
mafia?
both.
Well, I think you can be a rat for any. If you're telling on someone, you're a rat. It does. I mean, mob is
It's the worst
platinum rat
That's
if we're
number
going
one
by
rat.
Delta statuses.
You guys,
Diamond,
I
sorry.
think we're past this kind of stuff.
I think we are.
I
too.
think we've
That's
grown
good
up a little
point,
bit
Sam.
more than this kind of
You're right.
conversation. No offense to anybody, but I think that's sort of our old selves.
Yes. Yes. What would you like to talk about?
My new haircut, our new uniforms, our new place. I just feel like we've risen
Yes.
into the upper crust, and we're still talking about rats.
Well, let's go. He threw out 1, 2, 3. Your new haircut. We'll start with that. It's perfect.
that's what I said.
You said little bit. You wanted to look professional,
Yes.
and you do. You do.
Well, I told him the top grows a little slower than the sides, so I want a little off the sides, none off the top.
A little bit of a mushroom cut.
Little, but it's
Yeah.
fancy, right? It fits the fancy vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, like teachers who teach at an academy, they don't care about their hair. Classically, they don't like look amazing. So they're just all about the studies.
Well, I think you don't want to look like you put too much into your appearance because then you don't seem smart. You know, I always said when I was growing up, I was like, if you look too good, you must be a dummy, is what I've always said.
This
That's
is
a
the
great
opposite.
phrase.
Yeah.
This is an opposite of a CEO energy. CEO, clean cut, nice clothes, talks good.
Good teacher, ugly, fat, sweaty.
You took one of the words right out of my mouth.
Which one?
Sweaty.
Sweaty. Got that box checked, and I think I will forever. I don't know if your guys is in your sort of school supplied apartments. I don't know if your guys' ACs are working, but mine is not. So if I am a bit more sweaty, a little more irritable, just know it's because I have not been sleeping well. And I've been trying desperately to get the maintenance department to come through and fix the AC.
I have to immediately admit to something. I know it's early, and I don't want to start in some sort of
this is
battle.
good rat stuff. Good rat.
It's good rat. I'm admitting I'm ratting on myself.
Good.
But that's what therapy is. Good rat.
That's
It's good
gross.
rat, yes.
Therapy is good rat.
I've been seeing a good rat lately, and it's been helping me. And what I have to say right now, Howard, is I turned your AC around, and I've been piping it into my closet so that when I put my clothes on, they are nice and fresh and cool.
I've been seeing a long tube going out of Howard's window and into another one. It kind of looks like E.T., where they're all running in and out of the house.
What
Yes.
And
doing
you're
is-
getting actually pumped in heat, watery heat, humidity into your room.
you're taking the coolness that might exist in my.
Because now you have a swamp heater instead of a swamp cooler.
I
this
feel
makes a
so
lot of sense.
unburdened. Thank you, Howard, for letting me say
and you
that.
know what? I've spent most of my life just being upset at the world shitting on me. So excuse my language. I know we told the school we wouldn't curse on
we
this,
don't
but-
curse anymore.
Yeah. But I choose to turn the other cheek here.
Yeah.
Because I'm sort of looking at this new opportunity for us as an opportunity for growth for me, an opportunity for growth for you, Todd. I think maybe now you recognize that what you did was not nice.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have
Yes,
done
I
it. And maybe
shouldn't
you'll take
have.
steps to rectify it later
You
this
need to
afternoon.
rectify that. You need to switch it because there are
We
bullfrogs.
can't cuss here. No more rectify.
Sorry.
I'll re-refy it.
I don't think rectify means rectum. Is that what you're thinking?
Oh.
I don't
Excuse
think
me,
it does.
okay.
I don't know. I don't think
That's
so.
why
Excuse
you were like, it's time for our annual review. You were like, buttual review.
Yes. I
Oh,
said
'cause
that
anal is
loudly.
more
It
aggressive
was
than
about
butt.
75 teachers, staff, and everybody, and I stood up and said, "But you will."
And I'll say, Todd, it was wild what you stood up and screamed when we watched Colin Powell speak at.
I'm tired of people cursing. Anus, colon, all these curse
Rectum.
words. These are curses.
Yeah, it's rear, butt, hind end. Okay?
You know what I'm thinking about is that
Real quick.
never
Hold
mind.
that. I just want to say real
Perfect
quick
time. Perfect
before
time
we
to say
move
that.
on. Before we move on from, you're gonna switch the AC unit because I have seen a bunch of bullfrogs looking in your window, jealous of your environment.
In my window.
Yes.
They're jealous of
They're
me.
jealous of your swamp room.
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, that was just a quick pick.
No, let's
You were
go to
that
bullfrogs.
needs to be that
And
needs
Bill,
to go.
I'll
in
say
the edit.
I
That
noticed
needs
you were
go.
trying to say that 5 minutes ago.
and I don't think it was worth it.
It was
we'll
patient.
never know if there was a live audience for our podcasts. We would know that in fact did not work.
And we've learned what doesn't work for live audiences, and it's most of the podcast. It is most of the interactions we have. That's why
Almost
we do
all
it
of
in
this
room.
does not work live. So this is something you can hear that is comedy that does not work live.
Do it alone. Everyone should be alone way more right now. Listen alone. Force your girlfriend to listen with you. But
go on a road
otherwise,
They don't need that note.
Yeah.
They don't need that note.
yeah.
All of our
Thank you for
listeners-
forcing your girlfriend to
There
listen with you
are
right now.
girlfriends at blank point all across the U.S. listening to Big Grande. All across the U.S.
Blank by the blank point. The blank was replacing a word we can't say anymore.
Anus.
Thank you.
They're at
Anus
anus
point.
point.
Amy's point.
Well, what I was going to say, speaking of the bullfrogs, is
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I don't even know if we're talking to the same audience anymore, if this is a new audience of
I don't
students,
think-
because we've totally
Interesting.
switched schools,
This-
and we are now teachers of the bullfrogs.
Yes.
That's right. We're teaching
That is our
at,
mascot here.
We're teaching at a school, and our mascot is the bullfrogs, which was confusing when you said there's bullfrogs looking in to get into my room, and I said, well, I'm not going to hang out with students in my room.
No.
But this is a beautiful, beautiful. No. It's not the
No,
students. it's the actual
animals.
beautiful campus here. We are at an academy. You've
Yes.
seen these on movies once every 4 years.
If you've
These
seen the
movies.
X-Men, it looks like that.
It
Yes.
looks like Charles Xavier's X-Men Academy.
Yes.
You know, if there's famously Choate, where a lot of the Kennedys went, this
Yes.
is obviously Croak. This is
Croak
a
Academy here
nice
in Hamilton.
private school,
Yeah.
the Croak Bullfrogs, excuse me.
Croak Bullfrog Academy, which very rarely is the mascot of the school
in the name. of the school. It's true.
And
Well,
is it?
It's
Because it
named,
doesn't have
no,
to be.
it's named after Hamilton J. Croak,
Yes.
who is a very big name in Hamilton.
And he also, the bullfrog actually is connected to that as well. When he would give speeches, a lot of times he would do a big burp beforehand.
Yes.
And he had a
Yes.
very low voice, so his burps would kind of.
Well, and let's not forget his physical stature. I mean, he was
Right.
shaped just like a bullfrog. Most of
Yes.
his body was neck.
Yes. Yes.
As maybe Howard's about to say, what we got hired here at the Croak Bullfrogs, which is an academy for higher end, richer.
We'll say, yes.
Yes.
Affluent families
Affluent
send
families.
their children from all around the country to get
It's a
the
boarding
best
school.
education you
Yes.
can get anywhere in the United States.
The teachers live on campus. We are very well taken care of.
Yes.
This is a super private school. Big donors,
Ultra,
big
yes.
charter.
Big Dome also. It's a very private.
Big dome. You've seen the Sphere in Vegas.
Yes.
They modeled that after our gym.
Yes, our gym is the initial Sphere, and we also got a fish to play here when we opened it up. But we had to sign they listened back, well, they had AI listen back to all the teachers' lounges before they hired us.
Yes.
And then they gave us a list of things we cannot do if they're going to hire us here.
Yes.
They were short-staffed. Not a lot of teachers want this job. You have to live on campus.
And the
Yes.
kids have a reputation of being, if you've ever seen those movies where the kids sort of treat their teachers like shit. Excuse me. Gosh, I'm the one who's cursing.
What?
But
No, you can say shit. You just can't say anus or pooper.
oh, awesome.
Bleep!
I'm sorry. Todd, that was really helpful. If you keep doing bleeps, we can move them over
Yeah.
the word.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
But no, you've probably seen in these kids are not the nicest kids. They've sort of been born with a silver spoon
And
in their
bred.
mouths.
Yes.
But
They-
it is tough because we do not get paid a lot. We are taking a huge pay cut because we really are more, we care more about academia than we do really. I mean, our needs are met.
We're almost
Yeah.
like
Our
a
needs are
live-in
met.
super.
Yes.
We get to live here for free, and we get paid a little bit, but we do have to both clean the premises and teach the children.
Yes, if we have to, if people need fixes, their garbage disposal isn't working, stuff like that, we have to pound at their door during the most inconvenient time and bring in our friend Freddie, who can do any sort of
Can I be
handyman
honest?
job.
I feel like that's why I got the job, because in my interview, I talked way more about being annoying at the front door than I did about any sort of teaching stuff.
Oh, right. You led with that. We were like, maybe
Well, I didn't even
maybe
mean
just
to.
mention that.
I didn't
Yeah.
even mean to, but they seemed so interested in how I can be annoying for up to 6-7 hours if I really need to.
And your initial email was, the capitalization was all over the place. It
It
didn't
has to be.
respond to the first 5 things that were referenced in the email, and they were like, you would be a perfect super or landlord.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to look crazy in your inbox so that it grabs your attention.
Mhm. And when you knock on the door, you don't step back. You get
Right in.
you stay right there close, and you
Who
have
are they to look through the peephole at me? Why
Right.
am I on a hidden
It's your
camera show
people.
all of a
Yeah.
sudden?
You are-
No, thank you.
Yeah, you're returning the peep.
Yeah, absolutely. I bring my own peephole and I peep through my hole into their hole. And I don't. Hole is a word. Todd, I love your new commitment to being clean. Todd's new commitment to being clean, I think, has changed us all because it's like finally I don't know what you would call it, like I don't know if mentor is the right word, but someone who I actually respect and look up to, which has never happened for me in my life.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's what I've been going for. I had a big.
A brief stint at the FCC bleeping things for
I
a
was
while.
at the FCC.
In between this.
He was going to say
season,
big
like-
stint, and you changed it to brief, which was right.
I
It
had
was
a
big but
huge
brief.
little stint at the FCC.
Well, you did one live.
Kind of live.
Yeah, I guess. Well,
You were in. You
they
were in
increased
char-
the delay. They
It was
increased from
supposed to be
8
a
seconds
0
to
second
2 minutes.
delay, but
You
it
were
was a
in char-
2 minute delay because of Todd's skills.
Yes, he could not get to the button on time. In fact, you added some fucks somehow to the Grammys.
But no A words, which we love.
Right.
Yes. Well, I accidentally did a 2-minute delay, and then I piped in my own audio. So for 2 minutes, all you could hear was me cursing, trying to figure out how to fix it.
Right. Rihanna was supposed to return for the first time.
Yeah.
Stupid anus. Stupid freaking hole. Sorry, that was a dramatization.
Yeah,
Thank
it was a
you.
quote.
Yeah,
I think
you're
you
allowed
can
to do it in
say
drum
curse
stations.
words if you quote.
That's right. One of the things I'm actually teaching right now is parody law. And it's,
Parody.
no, Parroty. It's parody law. And if you repeat anything in a voice that sounds close
Right.
enough, that's legal. It's under the laws of parody. P-O-R-D-O-D-Y.
Well, I'll say you are,
P-O-R-D-O-D-Y.
unique,
Or Dodie.
you are uniquely qualified to
Yes.
to teach that because a deep cut would be that your parent is a parent.
Yeah.
That's right. And I'll tell you what, the shoulder is warm whenever he wants to come back. It's ready. It's my perch is, your perch is ready right
Yar.
here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
And
something
we'll
if your
explain
dad
that
came
backstory
back?
eventually.
be.
We will
Yeah,
get into
yeah,
that
we
backstory.
will. We all
remember
Yeah,
that.
Nobody forget.
Good.
You
point.
learned to speak from a parrot at one point?
100%.
Yes.
But no, this
Well, I wanted to talk about that parody law class. I looked at your first day syllabus, and it's that SpongeBob meme of him doing the thing like this, with the words all crazy.
Oh, you
Right.
don't believe parody law is real? Yeah, that's what it is.
And I think that that's something a lot of these students could learn about.
Yes.
Well, it's about where creativity meets finance because a lot of these kids have the resources to do whatever they want, but they need to learn the legal ramifications or else they're going to be screwed.
And now
And-
you've received a credential to teach basic sort of law because you've been in court so many times
Very
that the
basic
state says
law.
it's okay that
Yes.
you teach it.
Yeah, they said technically you've done more hours than any lawyer of all time.
You've passed through the bar so many times that you're a lawyer now.
Well,
That's
that one time I
incredible.
ran into it, it fucking hurt like shit. Excuse me. I forgot. Okay, yes.
Sorry, we're sorry.
So yeah, I'm doing a light law class. It has to do with copyright law and entertainment.
And that's great because these kids, like we said, are they come from affluent backgrounds. A lot of them are
Yes.
going to have jobs in the future. There's going to be actors. There's going
Yeah.
to be people who are entrepreneurs who need to know the ins and outs of business.
Yeah.
And I think, we also bring a unique perspective, which was what I leaned into in my interview when I got the job here, of bringing a sort of common man perspective to these
Yeah.
extremely out of touch.
Oh, sorry. I just tried to give you a little back rub there just to show you were the common man. I didn't realize it would hurt you so bad.
That was
Howard,
that was
you've got a
tough.
really bad sunburn.
I do because, of course, on move-in day, I left my keys in a public bathroom. I couldn't get into my apartment, so I was
Damn.
sort of stuck outside for.
Is that why the roof's gone?
I climbed up on the roof and I sort of burrowed a little hole in around the fan exhaust for the oven because it was all I could think to do. I know it was a bad choice.
You're like Santa Claus coming into your own little kitchen.
Yep. Yeah, I was. And so that's another thing with the AC and the big hole in the ceiling. It's going to be tough to get maintenance.
But you know what? You are a man of the people. Even that, you
Thank
know?
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what these kids would have done was call mommy and daddy.
Exactly.
Or call the dean.
I fixed my
But
own
You
problem.
fixed your own problem. And that is such a good example because these kids here, I mean, it's a lot of big time kids. It's
Oh, yeah.
Martin Short's son is here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Martin
Shkreli's
Starr's
kid.
son, Martin Shkreli's son,
Yes.
Martina Navratilova's son.
Martin Lawrence's son is here. It's a very specific school.
Yeah.
And so they need to learn, and they're all going to go into the entertainment and stuff like that. We know that, the children of entertainers are just going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So we have to teach them the grounded world,
Exactly.
which is what you're here for.
And,
And, I
a
love
big
to see
thing about it too is it's not all creatives. There's business people here. Bezos's kids are here. Elon Musk's kids are here.
Yeah. And
Wozniak's kids are here. They're weird as
Wozniak's
hell.
kids are here.
I hope that our example doesn't further their want to not be normal even more.
Right.
And want to continue in their parents' footsteps, but I don't think it will. I mean, there's some clear, troubled kids who have a bad attitude, who maybe grew up, in a house where their parents were working all the time. They weren't there. They were raising themselves. But a couple of them are really gifted.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they
Really
got
gifted.
really bad attitudes.
Yes.
And we're going to get through to them.
And they need an attitude adjustment. And we are the Attitude Adjustment Bureau here.
Yeah.
Does anybody know being gifted with a bad attitude better than us? I mean, I would say that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Very skilled. And to be honest, on our worst day, we don't have great attitudes.
You're right.
Yeah, it's been tough.
What I'm realizing here is, for me, one of my goals for this season of the podcast is I would like to show people how actually accessible we are.
That's a great idea.
So I would like to start by doing something. It's my fault. We should have done this from the beginning. But if you're listening to this for the first time ever, this is your first season of the Teachers Lounge, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you.
We love you.
I am Todd Padre. I'm a theater teacher. I'm an actor. I'm a writer. I'm a feminist. I'm the world's only winner of the RASGOT. That's a Razzie for music, film, television, and painting.
That's new, right? You
That's
just
recent.
got that one. Yeah.
Well, every time Todd gets an award, they just add it to the RASGOT.
Yeah.
Yes, the RASGOT has gotten. It's the RASGOT Ghoul now.
Yeah.
Rascot Ghoul.
Remember, Dark Knight. From the Dark Knight, Ra's al Ghul.
Yes, that now it just happens to be that all the things I've won spell out Razgot Ghoul. No relation, but that's who I am, and I'm now at this school, and they have brought me in to teach theater and performance for the future. So what I'm doing is I am pulling in the technology and knowing that the modern world is going to be different for these
You're
young
using AI, Todd?
performers.
Well, part of what you're doing is teaching the kids how to imitate AI.
That's what we've got to do is we've got to beat the AI. So we're taking on AI head first in my classes.
So
Yes.
smart.
We it's kind of similar to the parody. I think we could even work together. And for me,
You're inputting models of AI into human brains and trying to train them to outdo the AI.
yes. So we're doing a triple blind study, which is a human without AI, a computer with AI, and then a human with AI in their brain. And we're
Right.
doing a play where people try to decide which one is the most realistic.
And you have a
Wow.
blindfold on the whole time.
Yes, I'm triple blind myself while I'm doing it, which means blindfold on my eyes, my nose, my mouth.
Thank God. You'll be very unbiased that way.
That way I can't be biased at all.
Because sometimes I'll breathe in and I go, oh, I could see that.
I saw you teaching the other day or rehearsing or whatever, and you were triple blind and you were having a lot of trouble sort of rehearsing and helping the kids rehearse. But you
Learning.
somehow had found a pie on the windowsill.
I tell you, my hearing is better than I thought. So I did waft over to the windowsill by ear because I heard it.
You heard a pie cooling.
Wow.
Wow.
Now
So-
that's impressive.
We are looking
Yeah.
to go quadruple blind.
That is such
you gotta-
integrity.
Yeah, you
thank
got to
you.
plug those ears if you're not going to get
and now, do you wear
distracted.
gloves? Because you can still touch.
We'll see. I've got to see.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to go.
You won't see, actually.
Very
blind.
good.
Well, I love your
Pet
commitment,
blind.
Todd. It's very important to these children to see that the people leading them are absolutely committed, because
Yeah.
how can a student even learn to try if their teachers won't?
I mean, it's a
100%.
hot topic, the AI thing. So I'm excited to
Yeah.
see how that's going to come across.
Oh no, they're doing AI at Hot Topic now. We're
Yeah.
fucked.
No, Todd.
Imagine
No,
the
you
funny
took a
shirts.
huge-
Oh,
Imagine the
Dave,
huge shirts.
FBI, and this is not necessarily Hot Topic. This is more Spencer's. Federal breast investigator.
They topped it.
Yeah.
AI topped it. That was really that
Yeah.
was better than what we have, of course.
Yeah.
I did like what you just did though, where you sort of very formally introduced yourself.
Yeah,
to the
that
audience.
was
It
really
does
nice.
help.
It's the handshake
So,
agreement with the
Why
audience.
don't I do that? We'll all do that really
Let's
quick
do that.
before we get into it. Hi everybody out there. I of course am Howard Levis. Was the heir to the Levi's fortune, disowned by my family. Everyone around me doesn't believe I've ever had sex. I believe it was caught on camera one time, or at least recorded. I was I ran for mayor once.
No.
I've taught a host of other subjects. Well, I'm sorry. Did somebody interject while I was?
No,
doing my
you did a
introduction?
fantastic job. My name is Sam Weather.
There was. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
I do want to
Sam.
say, Howard, for me, and this is just for we might have different perspectives. My introduction is a way to sell myself to the audience.
Right.
You went right in with probably the 4 of the worst things that have ever happened to you. Your family disowned you. No one thinks you've had sex. You lost a mayoral race because you showed your penis to everybody. I don't know
But
if
you
you
know
said
what?
that.
For
but
some
is
people,
true.
that is a sell because that's being really vulnerable.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's being really,
I've
really
got to
interesting.
remember my
Yeah.
good rat practice.
Yeah, you
That's
have
good
to
rat
rat on
work.
yourself.
That's been my
good rat
goal.
work.
My goal going into this is knowing that these kids are gonna fling barbs at me. I'm expecting barbs, and I am going to just have thick skin finally, and I'm going to put my head down, and I am going to absolutely crush it this year at school.
What do you think is one big success you're going to have this year? Because we are focused on a lot of your negatives, but I see you succeed.
That's a great question for the good rat work you're doing.
Well, I actually have taken over as the academic decathlon teacher, so I'm going to sort of facilitate for academic decathlon, which of course is like a lot of people out there try to dumb it down, say it's just a trivia competition, but there's a lot
it's
of
running, it's swimming, it's biking, it's the whole thing.
Oh, well, this is an academic decathlon, so it's
Just
I'm lost.
it's all brains. I know a lot of people are, but
it's more like shooting, archery.
I
no, that's
see,
like Olympic
academia.
kind of events. This is all.
Oh, why would anyone watch it or do it then?
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. You guys obviously don't get it. I'm very excited. It's there's sort of reading comprehension contest. There's speech and debate.
Ooh, a reading comprehension contest? I will tune in. What's that on ESPN2? That must
gonna
be
be
on
televised.
That must be E
those-
ESPN Prime. They probably bumped men's basketball for that.
No, this is just going to be sort of shown on the collegiate or not a collegiate, the collegiate circuit, which is a group of boarding schools who compete. It's going to be on the YouTube channel for our Croak Academy.
And what's your
YouTube
goal for
channel.
the team? Are we trying to do top 5 in the state, all nation?
Because they've won 10 years in a row, right?
Right. They've won 10 years in a row. The teacher who did it last year, Mr. Morrison, he retired last year, and I'm taking over. The team looks really, really good. I got some real smart kids in there.
Gorgeous.
I will say our first meeting was a bit challenging. I was, you guys know I struggle to lead, and sometimes I sort of let the pack lead the alpha, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that kind of is what ended up happening. So we didn't get a ton done in our first session, but I am hoping, fingers
You at least got
crossed.
some
They
of the donuts
read
and coffee.
you drag queen style. They
Yes.
dressed you down with jokes about your physical appearance.
Well,
and
Really
I'll
shortcomings.
say
good
this.
reading comprehension on you.
In my first day, I decided I'm going to sort of do a fun thing where I'm going to sit everybody in a circle, and I'm going to stand in the middle, and I'm going to kind of just like go around and talk to each student to try to get a feel for who they were. They kind of mistook it as like, have you ever seen in a football practice that thing, the pickle barrel, where somebody sort of sits in the middle and then
Very
everybody
dangerous.
goes around and just like hits them as hard as they can? I don't know
Yep.
where they got this idea, but they sort of took it as like a roast circle and kind of just went right around the circle. All 12 kids just sort of laid into me for.
Oh, they
the
pickle
majority.
barreled you with words.
Damn.
Yep.
No, that'll create some type of rapport between you and them.
Sometimes kids need to give you a hard time to let you know, like, they fuck with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
I
might
heard
fucks
they
with
say.
you, Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, they only roast. No, that's an okay word.
Oh, yes, it's just
It has
stuff about
nothing
the
to do with the
posterior.
body.
It's about the
Yes.
posterior
Yeah.
and the body and the airy bleepas.
Well, Bill, why don't you?
Hello,
take
my
a
name
stab?
is Bill Cravey. You guys know me. I coached basketball at Hamilton. I was let go for throwing a big Pyrex of lasagna at the other team, and then You got to show off your teeth.
Show teeth during intro. We're trying to do that. We've learned
Yes.
a lot about hosting a podcast from some of the more popular ones, but
Yeah,
sorry
you have
to
to
interrupt
show
your intro
teeth.
for Teeth Show.
And what else have I done?
Bill, so much.
So
Bill.
much.
The beef diaper, one of the most popular items in the world.
Yes, the beef diaper I have sold all out of my stock. I had a warehouse. It's fully sold out. When you don't try, sometimes everything happens. You know, that little pad, underground beef that sops up the blood.
Whoa, underground beef. Mark that as an idea.
That's a very interesting idea.
Underground beef?
Beef that is raised underground. We don't even have to see the cows anymore.
Especially with how hot
yes.
it is.
Yeah, that should make the cows
warming.
feel better. They're already okay.
Yeah.
What's happening to them? And if we put them underground just to get them out of our sight, I think
Light
that
the
would really
grass
help.
out of there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the beef diaper, as you guys know, it stays where you put it. A lot of times you throw ground beef in a pan and it sticks to the ground beef, and you have to sort of peel it off. And
Yeah.
what even trash can do you put it in nowadays? I don't know. There's green, there's blue, there's black, there's little bucket. Which one is it?
My little bucket is overflowing like crazy. I don't know when they come to pick that up.
Well, now there's more ants than compost in my little bucket. Yeah.
Little bucket. We've come so far as a society, but now we're back to little bucket in the kitchen. And I'm doing it, and I will continue to do little bucket. If you're out there and your city's introducing little bucket, little food bucket, for
Little
food scraps,
composty bucket.
little composty food bucket, I want people to know it's only food in there, and also any paper that's been stained by the food. I don't know why that, but any plastic that's squishy, not hard plastics like water bottles and stuff. The little thin plastics, cellophane. Even if that's stained with food, that's got to go in the black bin.
That's black bin.
So and Google, guys. I want you to Google this every day because you forget every day, and I want you to Google it every day when you throw anything away.
A big thank you to our cities for really making the effort. They dropped the bucket at our door and said, if you do this wrong, we'll arrest you.
Well, they are much harder than they're harder than diamond.
Absolutely.
Uncrustables are harder than diamond. I use Uncrustable blade on my saw.
Uncrustable, the tip.
Uncrustable tip. If you have Uncrustable tip on your skill saw, everybody in the city's borrowing.
brother, check out my new earrings, 24 karat Uncrustable.
Oh!
Yeah.
Whoa!
This is hard to bring up because I'm recently out of relationship, and one of the breaking points was
Again?
she wanted a 24 karat diamond. I gave her a 38 jelly Uncrustable.
I can't believe she didn't get
38
that.
jelly?
And
Where'd you got
it was blood jelly. It was blood jelly.
Of course, you only buy the most expensive Uncrustables.
It was sourced very improperly and inappropriately, but it's how I showed love.
Did you have to go downtown to get it in the district?
Yes, I went down to the jelly district.
That place is wild. You can really haggle down there forever.
Oh yeah, just
Yes.
me and an Israeli guy back and forth for about 2.5 hours.
And you ended up coming back with jam.
Damn,
It's
he
tough.
sold you on the jam.
It's tough.
That's
But
tough.
anyway, I don't want to get off on because I could talk about Little Ben for hours, but
It'll
I
come
don't-
back up, I'm sure.
It-
sometime
it's
this
going to
season.
come back up. It's something. There's something there. But anyway, I'm of course teaching a lot of different subjects. I'm teaching a little bit of history, world history. I'm teaching a little bit of math, but mostly I am coaching the rowing team. I have a little
Wow.
bullhorn. I have the little bullhorn up in the front of the canoe.
A coxman. Excuse me, sorry. It's just a word that
Oh
describes...
no, that's going to be tough because we might have to say it a lot.
Maybe we can get a pass.
Maybe we can big nod when we're about to say a word that's not about the body.
That'll work. on
What
the
you
podcast.
yell for them to row is... You yell anus, don't you? Anus.
I have been yelling anus. I said it. My butt's been itching, and I said it.
Right.
And I said it once the first day, and
They started rowing like a
and I
bat
was
out
like,
of hell.
I was like, anus, and then all of a sudden, woo, zoom, bat out of hell,
Right.
bat out of hell. Just
Took a few
whoosh, whoosh, bat out of hell.
Yeah.
And so I stuck with that.
Just a
No.
quick side note.
No.
The devil is keeping all these bats prisoner. So when the bats get out of hell, they are coming out so excited. Hell sucks for bats.
I thought they liked it there. I thought they lived there. I thought it was part of the ecosystem. Everything down there does not like it there.
Well, they
there
like to
isn't-
hang upside down when they sleep and heat rises. So
Yes.
they spend time in the hottest part of hell.
They're
at
in the
top.
hottest part
and
of
they
hell.
have to also stand up on the floor.
It's all
really
reverse
tough.
what you want in hell.
It's really
But they
tough.
can see really well.
And they can't scream. They don't make a single peep.
Huge glasses on the bats in hell, and they come out screaming. Anyway,
None of them have rabies. They're all safe
Of course.
in hell.
Yes.
But you've been doing great for that team.
yeah, we have
And the
been zooming
Winklevoss
around.
twins were on this team, and now their kids are on it. So that's exciting.
Big
Yes.
lot of famous alumni come from here. This is a big feeder school for Harvard, for Clemson, a lot of the freaking Ivy Leagues.
The Tinklevosses.
Yeah, Clemson's a good school.
Yes.
I'll say that
UGA.
Clemson might as well be the Ivy
It's
League.
barely in there. It has one piece of ivy on a building, technically, but it's one of them.
Yeah.
Pigsui, the Razorbacks, a lot of people coming out into Ivy from here.
Yeah, they're opening up Ivy. Ivy is beginning to open up.
Yeah,
It's
Chowan
like-
County
I'm hearing-
Community College in North Carolina.
Well,
Yeah. San Diego State,
Yeah.
Ivy League.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
very much how HBO went away. It's becoming a bigger umbrella. We're sort of consolidating and making everything Ivy.
It's helpful for everybody.
There's a driving school that's now Ivy League. It teaches young 16-year-olds how to drive. That's Ivy League.
Yes, Angry Dave's.
Angry Dave's. Hey, Angry Dave knows how to turn in the right form.
Absolutely.
yeah, you got
That's
a
all need to
lot
do.
of tutors out there
But
teaching.
Bill,
That-
I am actually, as your friend
Yes.
and maybe confidant even, so
Yeah.
happy you're back to coaching. That's where you started.
Mhm.
I think your life fell apart when you left coaching.
And before.
And before,
And
while,
and
but
before.
this is a good opportunity for you to reconnect to your roots. I think
Yes.
you've kind
motivating
of
people.
had a coming of age here.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone loves a coach. Something about a coach just works.
Yes.
You trust them.
You trust them that they're doing the right thing.
Salt of
You
the earth.
could grab a boy around the shoulders and be like, "Hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
You get him next time," kind of thing.
It's a
Yeah.
special kind of guy
Tim
that, as an
Walls.
adult, wants to spend all their time with 14-year-old kids.
Yeah.
It's a special type because most people don't want to put in that work.
No.
but
Not at
that's
all.
such an important time in those boys' lives.
Yes.
You
but
smell like them, which is helpful.
you don't see your family because you're out there coaching so much and riding on a bus for
Mhm.
most of your adult life.
And you've been blasting the theme song to Friday Night Lights on your way to school. I hear you go to sleep to it at night. Your sound machine plays it.
Yeah, I am in it. So I'm probably gonna change. I'm gonna try other words maybe that
Oh,
get
then-
these
then
kids
That's
going.
smart.
Bleep.
That's smart.
That's
But
Because you
I-
never know if that's just the first one you said that made them take off.
Yeah,
like
they're
a
already
bee out
used
of
to that
age.
one, and and our times are slowly we're adding
Yeah.
hundredths of a second every
Right.
week. So I don't know. We're trying to find the right combo of guys. There's a lot of different combos, and I feel like I have a lot of power. A lot is on my shoulders.
And so much of sport is not just ability, but collaboration and how people managing teams. And I'm really excited to see you be good at that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
Sam the Man Weatherman.
Well, for those who don't know me, my name is Sam Weatherman, and I am the best teacher at this goddamn school. In the past, I've created
No
a
bleep.
museum, a spa.
What part of the body is goddamn?
I don't think it is.
A museum, a spa. I was a mental health expert at a school. I've been to the Louvre. I've done many, many special things in the world. I'm a driver's
That's a
ed.
rewriting of history.
Yeah,
Big
Well, I
rewriting.
have
Two
been
is
there.
definitely a one way to say it.
blew up.
I've been to the Louvre. I'm not going to tell everybody everything right away. I'm just giving them an intro.
Right.
That's bad rat.
That was bad.
Bad rat. Bad rat.
Bad rat.
I've
That
been
was
to Louvre,
bad.
but I blew it up.
Bad rat. Bad rat. Bad rat. Anyway, so I am a big mental health advocate. I am a big helpful teacher at the campus. Sure, I was a driver's ed teacher, but I think the kids knew they could kind of come to me for anything. You know?
Yeah. I'm excited because there's not a lot of driving here.
No.
It's a walking campus.
Yeah, walking
So
campus.
I think that takes away kind of your addiction a little bit. in a
It
way.
does, and a lot of kids are dropped off by their driver in the morning, so that's nice. I just don't have to deal with a lot of the craziness of the loop and all that stuff.
I will say I do love the image. When I'm getting up in the morning, I'm having my coffee, I'm putting on my nice cold T-shirt. I look out the window and you're having a cig with the drivers and just chatting with them, leaning
yeah.
one foot against the car. Sometimes you're trying to get both feet against it.
There's nothing like a taxi line, and all these private drivers wish they were taxi drivers, just like I do. So we're out there, we're shooting the shit, we're turning on our little CB radios as loud as they can go. We're smoking a pack, 5 packs an hour. And we're just having a blast. This is salt of the earth. You stand out there, you sweat your fucking ass off, and then you get back in the car and turn your AC way down. So everybody has to deal with it.
Yeah.
Is there something you're really excited for being around? Because I know that you've always had a bit of I'll say an overground beef with the hierarchy of the moneyed class. You're a blue collar guy.
Yeah. I've never really been good with authority, because all that is just trying to control people for your gain.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone tries to fucking touch me at this school, I will break their ass.
Okay, so you're not
Excuse
doing
me.
well with it. Bleep.
Cha-cha. Yeah, I mean, listen,
But you're trying to teach these kids
how to stand up for themselves, how
Yeah.
to not be taken advantage of by
Well,
the man.
That's part of the law
and
thing, right?
of
You're
the system.
Yeah.
exactly.
If you want them to know the system.
The
And-
system's rotten from the core.
Yes, and you want to know that so that they can now learn how to use it
Because
still.
I'll say this. I'll say this. One thing rich people's kids need to learn is how to take advantage of the system.
Yeah.
That's the thing that they need to learn. Everyone should. And these people, they come to this school. They probably seen their parents get away with murder, and they're coming here. They're like, "How do I get away
But
with
I
murder?"
feel like they're trying to change.
You can hope.
I feel like they are souring on their wealth.
Mm.
They're souring on their
They're
wealth.
hiding
The winds
it.
of change are
Well,
blowing.
they're at the
right?
perfect
Yes.
age.
Yes.
They're rebelling from their parents, and their parents are so rich.
Yeah, and these kids they think differently than us. You know, they're Gen Z, they're Gen A.
Gen
Is that
Anderson.
F? What is it? Just go to the alphabet.
What are they
and
going to do
start
after
over?
Z? They started way too late with X.
What is
They were
it?
like, this is Gen X?
Yeah, why are we starting at X, Y, Z? And then it's millennial?
Oh, where?
No.
Examine your
all of
zipper.
us, all of us. 1, 2, 3.
X, Y, Z. Zip.
Shoot, these pants don't even have a zipper. Remind me to put a zipper.
Oh,
into
wait,
these
hold on.
Oh, yeah, you
We're
just
supposed
cut a
to have
hole in
button
them.
flies. We're here. This is button fly.
Oh, this is button fly.
That, actually,
campus.
that's okay. It's okay. I was
Well,
saying.
okay, no wonder okay, we've had a few days that they roasted your ass about having a zipper.
Yeah, and this is actually a good segue to what I think we should maybe go over after the break is some
Yeah.
of the code of conduct that this school has sort of imposed on us as teachers and the students. This school is very strict, and some stuff that like you wouldn't think you'd have to tell people, but there's a pretty strict code of conduct. So
We're gonna
Yeah.
go to get lunch. It's amazing lunch, whatever we want. Amazing sandwiches, amazing coffee. None of it, all of it on china plates. No, there's no plastic. Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah, it's very green here. Every time you finish your meal, you see a wrestler from the late 90s, early 2000s nut punching somebody.
I can't believe she picks up every tab. I think that is fantastic. Every
good for
meal
her.
on China.
It's good for her.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, we'll XYBs, examine our buttons, and
Well, why
get
don't
some
we-
food.
Why don't we go grab some lunch, take a
Yeah.
little break, and we'll come back for the second half of this.
Love
Great.
it. Oh, unbelievable.
I'm stuffed.
that was a good lunch, right?
That's pretty
Amazing.
nice to be back on a real campus that has a real cafeteria. I feel
Yeah.
like we're on
Yes.
a college campus.
Yeah.
This place is so nice.
That
French
was
omelet.
actual Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It wasn't the stuff
Yeah.
on the bottom row in the plastic bag. Whew.
Yes. I swear to God, I had a Thomas's English muffin, not just a muffin.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Tom's.
Nooks and crannies.
That's how the butter gets in.
Wait, that's
so good.
I guess I missed I guess I missed the good stuff.
What, were you over at the French omelet station with Bill?
Wait, no, wait, hang on.
made fun of Howard with.
Sorry,
more
was that a burn? Wait, was that a? Hold on.
We all saw your French
Hold
omelet,
on.
Bill.
Wait.
Well, we were talking about all
Oh.
the good stuff, and you're over here at French omelet station like a fucking idiot.
Oh wow, brie cheese and perfectly aged onion.
I guess
I
I
didn't
want
know
real
that
cinnamon
that was-
toast crunch.
I didn't know I was supposed to be getting high end versions of traditionally sugary bad food.
I got
Oh.
Magic Spoon cereal for seconds.
Wow.
That $10 cereal.
Well, I was
Yes.
over there at the omelet station. As you guys know, I've switched from nonstick to stainless steel pans. And I've been cooking eggs at what they tell you to cook them at on TikTok.
And they come out dark brown and oily.
Oh, if you burn the shit out of your egg in a stainless steel pan, it won't stick. If you cook it to an absolute crisp, I'm like, just clean the pan and eat what you like, you idiot. What are we doing?
Stainless steel pans are good for one thing and one thing only: ruining your life.
It's
I mean,
like-
after you cook, you have to clean for an hour.
I do not. So I guess what we're supposed to do is, in order to not possibly inhale little pieces of Teflon, we eat the worst shit we've ever seen.
Wow, man.
Is that what we do?
I guess so.
I'm so frustrated about the kitchen this episode, and it's becoming so clear what is on my brain.
You're getting radicalized by the algorithm.
You know, hang on. You got. I think.
But that's
Thank
what you're
God.
taking on in the play. Thank God.
Yes.
I think. I might have.
What a politician! Yes.
Yes, we will.
We are in the system, folks. We're around so much walnut wood. We're going to be politicians so soon. Sorry, that was crazy.
Nah, I think
Because
I
of
went
that-
into.
Nut,
You know,
Or wood.
y'all. I think I went into the wrong room.
nut and wood.
Nothing was said. I appreciate you wanting to go over and above. Howard,
Where
what
were
saying?
you?
Where
were you when we were just on lunch?
I walked into there. I thought we just got separated, and I went into the little room where all the workers were eating.
How was that?
Oh, you had poor
Workers.
lunch.
Todrick, please.
Well,
God.
well,
Todd, we don't do that anymore.
Not anymore. Now that
wasn't
we
bad.
remember that we're recording.
that's right. You had a nice,
Todd.
authentic lunch.
It wasn't bad. It was just, I was kind of blown away when we got back on the road when you guys you're saying it was such a good lunch. And I was like, yeah, it was pretty good. I got one of those little hockey puck sized hamburgers with a Kraft single on it, and
Oh, stop describing it. It's making me sad.
I had some crinkle fries. I had a little cup of chopped up pears and half grapes.
A cup of chopped up
and half
pears?
grapes?
Yeah, half grapes.
Well,
No.
they couldn't afford full
A little
grapes.
carton
back
of
there?
milk. Yeah.
Oh,
I
Howard.
don't think.
You're eating a worse lunch than they serve the students here. The free lunch.
Now,
for the
where
students
did you
is better
guys
than
go?
that.
Because we got to the dining hall.
You
we
take a
walked
left
in.
at the carving station. You hook a right at fresh squeezed orange juice, and you're at omelet
You got-
station, and they're in the
Okay,
cereal.
because
Yeah.
I guess I got lost because I was in my phone responding to some emails, and I guess I got lost and I went in that little dark elevator that's right outside the front door
The
to the
dumbwaiter?
left.
The dumbwaiter that's
I
like
did
small
notice it
on
was
the
a
side
little
of the
bit
wall.
cramped.
Not
Yeah.
the guy who forgets to bring us our waters.
No,
Yeah,
the
dumb is
dumb
nice.
no.
No, that is
I got a way meaner word for that guy.
that is
Yeah.
our stupid
Hey, come
waiter.
on,
A
guys.
dumb
I could
waiter.
get meaner.
We
I
got
could.
guys. We know how hard it is
Don't.
to run a restaurant. Don't be mean to this guy.
That's
That's
true.
true.
That's true. We did
That's
that. a few
true.
times.
But
Yeah.
I
But
went
where
to
were
the
you?
little
How
door to
quick
the
we
left of
forget.
the front door. There's a little door, kind of. You walk down like 5 or 6 stairs.
What are you
open
getting
it.
at? What movie is? What is this reference? I can't get
It's
it.
not a reference. It's
Oh.
just like a basement, I guess.
If anything, it's a reference to Webster, that old TV show. He used to ride the dumbwaiter up and down in his house.
Is
It
are
was
you
a reference
referencing
to
web?
Webster. Yeah, I was making a reference
Web
to
reference.
Webster.
Manual
It's a web reference.
Web reference.
Yeah.
Don't do web references in here, okay?
Okay.
We're off the web barely.
But no,
we barely even do that
I thought it was weird you guys weren't down there, but I had some really great conversations with the back of house staff at
Did you make
the
any friends?
cafeteria. I talked to a couple people.
Is this
Good.
you inching up to a story about you telling us you lost your virginity? Because it's taken way too long before we get
I
to the
did
blow
not-
that you knows a lie.
I didn't. Why would I be talking about the cafeteria and then I would tell you that I
Well,
had
who ate
sex?
the other half of these grapes?
Huh?
Maybe a little honey.
Oh, that's what it was. So you were going to lead up to eventually being like, and those were half grapes because I was sharing them with a woman.
You guys,
Is that what it was?
How
I think
did I know?
you guys are more obsessed
We
with my
know.
sexuality than I am. Honestly.
Thank God.
Well,
Someone's got to take care of it.
If I don't obsess over other people's sexuality, what am I going to do? Literally all day.
Well, what am I going to do when I'm neglecting my own sexuality? I have to focus on someone's.
If I'm not fucking, are you gay or not, stranger? Right?
Who's gay? Hey, are they getting a divorce? What's going on over there?
Yeah, let me know because I do not have sex.
For this,
That's weird. I guess I'll stick to closer to y'all because it
would
felt
love
like
to
I
have
was
lunch
kind of
with
going into the underbelly a bit where I went to get lunch. So.
yeah, it's where the. I can't think of a better word. There's a better word, but it's where the poor people eat.
Well, let's use it as a metaphor. The whole school is a bullfrog, right?
Yeah.
And you were in the underbelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of
nice.
went down the thin-skinned gullet, and you were hanging out in a frog's
Well,
underbelly.
Yeah, we were
there
honest.
is a waiter you can take and see the real world here. Right?
Wait, are you saying there's like the real world?
There's an
exists
elevator.
below this school.
There's an elevator you can take, and you see
where regular people
where
work and live.
like
Well,
you-
we've all seen the movie Us.
yes.
I think you might have been having lunch with some shadow characters.
Oh,
of some
yeah.
of the
Were any
teachers.
Are any of them talking like this?
Well, nobody actually ever said any words to me.
Were they all
Yes.
doing crafts with giant gold scissors?
I better watch this movie if we're gonna do it.
No, what I wanted
No,
to talk
no,
about
it's fine.
here
It's fine.
is what I'm really excited for this school year.
Yeah.
And kind of what our sell was here is they've got the Leaders of the Future
Yes.
competition every year here.
Every
Yeah.
year.
Where all the private schools in Hamilton and the adjacent Hamilton area compete with each other in various physical, mental, emotional, and political events to see who are the best kids.
Yes.
Right. Which, of course, I mentioned before, the academic decathlon is a part of. Again, it's not a physical competition. There are physical contests, but it is the mental sort of
It's-
intelligence side of the competition.
The winner is well-rounded.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be smart and rule the world. You can't just be strong and rule the world. You can't just be emotionally intelligent and rule the world.
How are you going to get into one of the top Ivy League schools like Clemson if you're not getting these little things on your transcript?
Yes. And so we are going to help build well-rounded students. I'm personally excited. I wanted to kind of share with our audience and you guys.
Share.
After my near-death experience, I've turned over a new leaf.
Are you talking about what happened at the end of last season? Or
No,
one recently?
I don't really remember how that one ended.
None of us do.
No,
I think it was
no.
a nuclear explosion, which
Well, why don't you tell us what you're talking about?
yeah.
I was being intimate with a woman.
Were you having a conversation?
No, physically intimate.
Yes.
In the bedroom.
Mm.
Ooh la la.
And she started to unbutton my suspenders.
Ooh. And those things are tight, so they're whipping up to the ceiling, clapping on the ceiling, and coming
And it's
back
not
down.
just one button. it's a 30-piece.
It's a
You got
30
30
button
piece.
suspender, which is I saw on a.
Well, you need them to secure.
I need them to secure my pants because
Yeah.
my pants fell down. I tried 4-button suspenders.
Pop,
Good
pop,
luck
pop,
keeping
pop.
your pants up.
It was called pop, 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 pop.
That's what it was called.
Pop, 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 pop.
And when she removed the suspenders, they popped to the ceiling.
You gotta get a little bit longer, Wes. It's not that you're overweight. It is that they are
You
too.
think the strap is too short?
Yeah, they're
It's creating
they're
too much tautness?
yeah, that's taut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
could've
will
used
also
that.
say your pants hit the ground so hard that they indented the floor because just the elasticity of the pull from the suspender.
yeah.
Yes. So it was too.
It's like when a boat is tied. Have you seen how they're wrapped flattened steel, and it comes through, and it's just like whang, and it like throws men to their deaths.
Yes, that's exactly what happened to me almost.
Thank God it was almost.
Thank God.
It's like rolled steel coil.
It was like raw, and that was what happened. And so it indented the ground, shot it up to the ceiling. The reverse of both of them came back, and
Bill has COVID.
They don't care about it at this school. You can have it, dude.
the richer you get, the less it matters. But they do tell you at the end of every email that make sure you're being safe. about it.
Safe.
All the kids tell you that right before they get COVID and come over to your house.
They seek you out when they have it.
They tweet.
You hear a coughing kid
Well,
coming,
they
you're
used
like,
to-
that's a rich kid with COVID. He's
Kids
coming
used to
for me.
just like teepee your house, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now they'll come over and
Yeah.
spit COVID all over the place.
Oh, I
Yes.
can't, Halloween is going to be a nightmare.
They don't ding dong dish. They ding dong cough.
Yeah,
they
yes.
ring your doorbell. You open the door. They cough in your face, and then they run away.
The other
alive.
day I opened my door and there wasn't a flaming bag of shit. There was a flaming tissue
Flaming
full
tissue.
of snot.
These fucking kids.
These
I mean,
kids,
they're
they
getting
don't
smarter like raptors every year.
Yep.
So you're hooking up with this woman. You cause sort of like you break the sound barrier with your suspender.
Yes, NASA ends up coming over and saying, we're going to use this technology to launch our next rocket into space.
And who would've
Right.
thought
Wow.
38 buttons. That's all. That's all
38
you need.
buttons.
But
Well, 38 buttons on a piece of
NASA
fabric about the size of a Band-Aid.
And NASA is struggling. They're constantly going around being like, how do we win this
how do
race
we
again?
get this stuff up there? It's us versus Elon, and he's killing us. And of course, the Chinese.
We've got to convince the world that we actually do something.
Oh my God. They're running. Astronauts running around banging on doors being like, you got anything in here that we could use in space?
I guess my suspenders.
Most of my training is in a pool. What do
But
I
no,
do?
your suspenders are now on a little island off of Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yeah,
Being studied by NASA.
they're being
right?
studied by NASA. And meanwhile, I
Canaveral.
The Cape. Sorry, not Fort Lauderdale.
The Cape.
The Cape.
Yes,
Canaveral.
Cape Canaveral, the Cape.
Evil Canaveral Capes. Canaveral Cape evil.
What were you saying, Todd?
I got it
Evil
scared
Canaveral.
me so much. Evil Canaveral.
Oh, Evil Canaveral is where NASA is launching.
They do all their
Abracadabra?
Daredevil launches
Yes.
from Evil Canaveral.
And Evil's going to try to get to the moon. He actually made it first.
well, he's trying to get a bunch of buses on the moon so he can jump over them. So
Slingshot
slow.
around the moon and come
And
back.
he's got a contract with Elon to get buses on the move and jump over.
Yeah, so Elon's
Yeah.
working with only the best and
Anyway,
the brightest.
sorry,
Evil
Tom.
Canaveral.
Sorry.
No, I'm so glad we found Evil Canaveral.
What about Cape Knievel?
Also
Cape
good.
Knievel is something too.
Would have been better. Cape Knievel is a
Cape
better name.
Knievel.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
all good though.
Yeah.
It is all good.
but-
There's a lot of
So
good
you're on a
capes.
date with this woman. Is that where we're at?
Yes. So she unfortunately left the mortal coil when that happened.
She died.
Steel mortal coil.
The
Yes.
steel mortal coil decapitated her to death.
Jesus
To death.
Christ, Todd.
Yeah,
Let him get to
that's
his
your
story.
date set up.
Yes,
Clean.
It clean cut it off to death, and I got so
Thorough.
scared
That was just thorough.
that I was going to die too.
Right.
And it was such a near-death experience for me.
You were
it made
close
me
to
reanalyze
Todd, I empathize
my.
with you. This is one of my greatest fears that I will also die when I'm very close to someone who
Yes,
died.
when
because I
somebody
did it.
gets
Jesus.
blown to smithereens right in front of you,
'Cause you
it
did it?
makes yeah.
It-
Oftentimes, I am covered in blood and little pieces of human,
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
look
like, I'm like, oh my god, that could have been me.
that could have been me, or someone's like, "Hey, they died early of some sort of sickness," and I go, "What was it? Is it something I could get?" Oh, also, I'm sorry you lost them. but-
that one. Second one.
But ever since then, I have changed my ways, and I think it's been helpful for this school. But I have become a
Yes.
good man. I've reversed my behaviors. I've seen the error of my ways, and I wrote a play about it that we're going to be doing for the performance art portion of the future leaders.
And
of
it's
the
been
world.
approved. The script's been approved by the committee and everything at this point.
Approval is so nebulous. You
Right,
know
guess
what I
you're right.
mean?
Yeah. And we're early in the process. We've got a few weeks to.
They're still kind of thumbing
Right,
through
they
it.
do give the kids full creative control to see if they're going to fall on their face or not.
Yes. So,
it's,
right now, the tentative title is Todd Bless Us All.
I get it.
right.
And it is
I get
about my kind of
I'm going to get this.
um,
The play. And I'll say that loudly
Todd,
in a
I've seen
library
all
when
of your
I'm looking
plays.
at a book.
I've seen all of your plays, and I think you are a fantastic artist. And the way you're talking about this one, I can tell. This is going to be the first one I really get.
Thank you, and thank you for because I don't get my last plays anymore because I'm a new man. That was a disgusting man that wrote
Totally.
those plays.
Wow.
This is a man who wants the students to succeed and wants them to beat AI.
Once you become a new man, that old man wasn't you.
Oh yeah,
You don't have to take responsibility for those old things. You're a new guy now.
everything's different. That was me before. Now I changed.
Machine Gun Kelly. This is what Machine Gun Kelly says. He got a full body tattoo, and he's a different man, and he's not responsible for any of the awful music he made before this.
And look at who he gets to kiss.
Yeah.
Oh,
Megyn Kelly.
Megyn Kelly. That one of the greatest Hollywood marriages.
Megan Gun Kelly. Megan Gun Kelly,
Now-
his wife.
This is interesting, not to cut you up, but the Machine Gun Kelly defense is something that you've been talking a lot about in your law classes, right?
Oh yeah, it's much like the Chewbacca defense. It's a lot of these other famous
What's
defenses.
Chewbacca defense? Too hairy
It's
to
from
do
South
this?
Park. It's from South Park.
Too hairy to do. Oh.
Yeah, but it is from
Too hairy to do this.
You know, there's the classic pleading insanity.
Yeah.
You can really plead all kinds of things.
The Snickers defense, famously.
Plead
Hangry.
Snickers.
I'm hangry.
I'm hangry.
hangry.
Turned me into Joe Pesci for a second.
Yeah, God, I wish. I wish. You know how many people I tried to do that to when I was an agent in Hollywood? I tried to get people to
You
eat
made them
Snickers.
hangry so they would turn into Pesci.
Finally, they'd book something. These losers then end up not booking.
Yeah,
I
you
drop
can't
them
eat
like a bad
catering
habit.
in the morning if you want to act good. Starve yourself. Go into that first scene. Go into rehearsal.
You got to be
Starve.
careful.
I'm
Yeah,
angry.
yeah.
I love that defense, and I love like modernizing the law because
Yeah.
law is so stodgy. When you reference old cases, the state of California versus Todd Padre,
What?
women
What?
versus Todd Padre.
When was that from? What?
MGM Studios Department of Human Resources versus Todd Padre.
And this is like from way longer,
Years
like
ago. No one
2021.
gets it.
Like this stuff that doesn't apply anymore. You're a new MGK. You're a new guy.
Yes, and so now it's modern names that people recognize. I think the students will be plugged
Here's
in.
my
That's
question
awesome.
for you, Todd, just for legalese purposes. Are you thinking about an identity change physically? Because I know you've changed from the inside out, but you still kind of look like the same guy. I don't know if
Oh.
you're going to be able to have plausible D.
I have to look different, not just behave different.
Ideally.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, you could just look different and not behave different. That would be my ideal.
I don't want to change the big eyebrows. Hair, I'd like
Eyebrow.
to keep the same. Sorry, big eyebrow. Hair, I'd like to keep the same. I guess body weight I could shift.
Sure, you could go up.
Yeah, I can't go down.
Yeah,
I think I hit body bottom.
The definition of rock bottom. You're so weak you lay on the floor constantly.
I couldn't lift a rock. Yeah, and I am a rock. You're right. A bunch of birds sit on me and bleep on me.
Which I think, I really think is making you more vulnerable. It is like making you sort of a man of the people, salt of the earth, literally part of the earth. And I think,
Literally
That's-
salt. I'm being used for salt a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, like on a cold road, sometimes they'll throw you down to
Yes.
dry it up a little bit.
A lot of Himalayan Todd. Yeah,
So I think you're doing a great job, and I think
Yes.
this identity shift will be really helpful.
And-
And I have
in
your
Todd
back
we
legally.
trust, or bless Todd.
What?
Todd bless America.
Todd Bless America and Todd We Trust is nice. I
And,
like that. Maybe
Todd-
Todd Bless America, in Todd,
Todd
We Trust.
And now, as a
That's a good
changed
bit.
man, I would assume then that your approach to sort of putting this play on is probably going to be different. I would assume no,
That's a great.
you won't
that's a-
be
and
in it.
We'll hit those bleeps and bleeps on bleep soon. But yeah, I will not be in this one.
Wow, big.
It
That's
will
right.
be an AI of me starring in it, as
Interesting.
well as a student playing me, and we'll see which one's
Yes.
more authentic.
Wow.
You know, this isn't for Todd, but I think for the other guys, I think we should be careful saying in Todd we trust, because giving him sort of a god complex more than he already has might be not good.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, Todd. I hope all the things you're saying are actually true, and it's not just another way for you to manipulate the world around you to fit your sort of perspective and needs.
And thank you for not listening just there. We did see you sort of glaze over, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you said this wasn't for me, so I went somewhere else for a while.
I feel like this is new, though. The world is new. It's a new time. I feel like the world is changing so much that I feel like this could be very good for the student.
I think so too. I
Yeah.
think them seeing that I am willing to change
Yes.
is really helpful for them. And even that word manipulate. What are the first three letters in that word?
Man.
Nip.
Bleep.
It's one of the most beautiful bleeps.
So
I've
when
ever
it's a
heard.
female piece of the body, the bleep goes bleep.
Bleep.
Well,
It's a
because
much-
females are beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful bleep.
Right.
It's. I
right.
mean, look at Michelangelo's David. Ugly little penis. But look at
Class-
the Venus de Milo.
Well,
Todd,
have you seen?
Todd, your face when you just talked about the Venus de Milo was shocking.
Gorgeous. It's the female figure. It's been years. That's all they do
But
in
have you
art.
seen the penis de Milo?
But I won a
Big
Razzie
ugly
for
penis.
Oh,
And
you are a
I-
good sculptor.
I love to throw clay. But yeah, I overall,
Is
that's
he
like
a good sculptor or is he just good at titles? Because it didn't really look.
It seemed like he had the
this
title
isn't
and he
for
worked
Todd. Good.
backwards.
He's not listening. Todd is getting really good at not listening when it's not for him.
It's very when he's getting notes, something's on the ceiling.
What's up there, Todd?
What is up
Come back
there?
to us. What's
Oh,
up on the
sorry. I
ceiling?
just thought I
When
was
we
supposed-
are
that
talking
wasn't
about
for me.
your personality disorders, you are obsessed with the rafters.
You never know what's above you.
Well, I appreciate that. And I think like excellence is what we're looking for here. We want to have the most excellent students. We want people to go, that's where you send your kid if you want them to be taken care of. You don't have to obsess over their education. Go there and let the best and brightest minds mold them. And that's what I'm trying to do with the boys. As you guys know, as part of the competition, there is a rowing part.
Oh, yeah.
It's right before
Crew, they
Yes,
call
it's
rowing.
right before public speaking, which is
And it's
that
the same people doing both.
right into
It's
it.
part of the relay. They
Well,
hop
it's
right
a
out of the
triathlon.
Oh,
boat.
you think you think when you're president, you just are not tired when you get up there to talk?
Oh,
They don't show you how
exhausted.
big the stairs are right leading up to the podium.
Oh!
Joe Biden's not old. He's been rowing.
Yeah.
That's right. I totally forgot about that. Wrong
Yeah.
net.
Joe.
We did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe. Mint ran really far before
Yeah.
they won.
It's a bit of an Iron Man challenge.
Yeah, if you pan down on Kamala, running shoes.
Running shoes all the time.
Hocus. But I think with my boys, what I'm focusing on, everybody can row. Obviously, there are a bunch of schools out there that can row. They're very fast. But what makes the difference are hundredths of a second. And it's that last hundredth of a second that is what puts you ahead.
It's who
in the
wants it
world.
more.
It's that everybody's good. Everybody's good.
I'm inspired.
But you've got to be 100th of a second better.
Let 'em
That's
cook,
what's
let 'em cook.
separating you from 230,000, 3,000 million billion dollars, and then simply 5 billion.
Let him cook.
Actually, take my eggs off. Those shouldn't be cooking that long.
Yeah, it's burning.
But
in
I'm
here.
just saying, you
They're not going to
have-
be able to clean that pan if we take them off now.
So what me and my boys are looking for, it's not only the correct form, it's not only the row, the muscle, the long reach. It is the oars. It is the way the oars connect to the boat. Of course,
You really know what you're talking about.
The angle that the
crewing
oar-
isn't
and
just
we're
about the
talking
people. It's
and we're
also
talking about the boat.
oars.
I am perfecting this boat. It's handmade. You guys know who's making it. He's the best woodworker in Hamilton, and I went straight to the source. Geppetto.
Geppetto.
Wow. Wow. That
I
was a
cannot
genius move.
believe you got
Geppetto the
Geppetto.
50th.
And as long as
Geppetto the 50th is working on it.
well, listen,
That's incredible.
as long
And I
as
didn't
you tell
know
the
that
truth for the
Pinocchio was that
whole
old.
season, as long as
Yeah.
you tell the truth for the whole season, this should be a fantastic year for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
does this Geppetto have the same rules? You can't lie?
Geppetto, I walk in there, he cry, I have to cheer him up. He's crying. I want to
Well, he's
get. I
lost
want
his
to get.
son.
Well, the
He's
cricket
lost it?
and the
What
But
is
his,
it
cricket.
thing?
his son went to the island of misfit toys or whatever.
And the cricket's deceased.
And Jimmy.
Oh,
of course.
Jimmy.
But did he want a son first?
Yes, he wanted a son.
Right.
It depends on the adaptation of the
Well,
story.
this isn't original J.
This is
This is-
this is Pinocchio's
Wait.
like great grandson.
This is Geppetto with a J, not a G.
This is J. Petto.
Yeah, J Petto.
J. Petto. No.
And his sidekick isn't
No.
Jiminy Cricket, it's Jiminy Glick.
It's Jiminy Glicket and J. Pedo. No,
It's a big
it's
fat
Jay.
cricket and
I
not.
call him Jay. It's Jay, but it's Geppetto Junior. It's like the fourth or something. But he's in there. He said, I want a kid. I want a kid. I want a kid. I said, we got to get to work. We got to get to work. You keep trying to make a real boy, blah, 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 blah. Do whatever you got to do in here. But we're working on the canoe
Sam
today.
Platus' great.
Damn.
The
History
plight of the
repeats itself.
fathers.
It
hand
really
down.
does.
But
Cycles.
anyway, you guys got to come see this boat. Beautiful. We're just now sourcing the wood. Beautiful cherry wood.
Wow.
We're drying it now.
A bleep.
It's bleep. We're dry. It's going to
Good.
be beautiful, and then we're going to shellac. Then we're going to paint. It's not going to have a single. It's going to be the smoothest thing you've ever seen, and it's going to take our boys right into a really.
So
hard
you're more
speech.
focused on everybody together making the boat than on the rowing and the strategy there?
No, we're working on rowing,
Oh,
but
great.
I
You're
think the
adding
boat
that. I love it.
is very, very important because you can get your row together all you want. If you don't have the right equipment, that thing's not going to glide.
Oh.
And as you guys know, that lake gets rough. That is not-
Classic.
They're not
You guys-
doing it on an easy lake.
No.
Yeah, this is a double black diamond lake
And I'll
for
say this:
rowers.
they keep. I'll say this.
Choppy.
I'll say this: they keep calling it a lake, but I believe the geological definition of a lake is a body of
Contained.
water surrounded by land, and this one is for sure a
very
river.
much an active river.
Yeah.
Very much headed straight to water.
Yeah, I don't. Have you seen those videos of the Hullover Inlet?
Oh my
It's this
god.
Florida boat ramp where people come in and out, and nearly every boat sinks. I want to say it looks pretty familiar to
No,
me.
I've
Yes,
seen
the Hamilton
compilations.
Inlet. A sport fisherman goes down there once a day trying
Thank God
to get
your
out
boats
there.
are so much lighter.
Oh
But-
yeah,
and
but
it's-
we're gonna do it on a smooth day. It's gonna be fine.
Correct.
And it's like training at altitude. You guys are training in one of the hardest, most difficult places in the world.
Yes.
And when you go anywhere else, it's going to be easy,
That's-
or maybe too easy.
Yes.
Incredible.
Incredible stuff.
I know we're a little limited by time here, so
Yeah.
I do want to kind of let everyone know what you guys are up to before we end the episode.
Well, as I'm working with the kids on copyright law and parody law and everything, I'm pitching them things to work on as creative projects. So one of the things that I'm having all the kids do is come up with a new theme song for the school this year. And one of the first ones that's been submitted, I really liked. So I was going to share that with you guys if that's
Awesome.
okay.
Oh, fantastic!
Yes,
I'd
yes.
love to hear it.
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and hit play here.
oh, all right, great.
All my students are a bullfrog. They are all good friends of mine. I never really listened to a word they said, but I make them take my class.
One of the kids submitted that.
Really?
Whoa, that
Wow.
was awesome.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. That was that's the front runner of
One of the
students.
kids submitted one that starts with "All my students are a bullfrog."
Yeah.
But it was
There's nothing
written
up there,
for
Sam.
you. It was written. Oh, we're looking at.
Sam's looking at the rafters again. I think
Sounds a lot like Jeremiah was a bullfrog. That song.
What are you talking about?
I don't know who sang. I feel like that's a
I
song.
think-
right?
I think you're just thinking of the song I just sang.
You're thinking of "Jeremy" by Pearl Jam.
Oh, at this point it's what?
Jeremy!
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, Jeremy!
That's really good.
Oh,
I mean-
Jeremy! You
well,
know,
I
Pearl
think
Jam.
there should be a new song, obviously a new alma mater, or what is that?
fight song. like a
Fight song, yeah,
yeah.
like what's the thing that you like? It's like a poem almost, but it's your school's
Rap.
Yeah,
a
Hamilton.
school rap.
You talking about Hamilton?
Mantra.
Yes, yeah, or it's like a you.
It's
put,
like a it's like a fight
Pledge.
song. or
yeah,
like
pledge, like
Yeah.
kind of like a school pledge.
The new school pledge will be
That'll come in
all
handy, yeah.
all my students are a bullfrogs.
Yeah.
The bullfrogs live in the dirty mud. The bullfrogs will not take no crud. The bullfrogs will eat your dod. The bullfrogs go bullfrogs. Something,
Wow,
something like that.
I could go take the field right now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a fight song.
Wow,
Yeah.
Sam. So a little more
that's
focused
exciting.
on the songs than the law.
Well, you
for
have
this
to get
one.
the art out there, and then
Yes.
you check the legal. You never want to start legal. You want to do it, and then you want to check the
Yeah.
legal.
Totally.
I
Art
love
first.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. As an artist myself, I love putting art into other things in the world. I think that's
Right.
where we're falling apart is the battle between art and commerce.
Mhm. And yeah, I'm really excited going into the students. What is it called? Voices of the Future, Leaders of the Future, competition. Because obviously we talked about I'm doing the academic decathlon, which is a huge part of it. My hope going into my next meeting with the crew is to actually get them to focus on the task at hand and lean a little further away from being a sort of like misfit band of mean people. So I'm hoping that I can get people on task so we can get to work.
So you're sort of the contractor and we're sort of the subcontractors of like you're overseeing the thing as a whole and getting the people to come together and fight together. Because we obviously have our rowers. Or do they all do everything?
It splits around. It's like the rowers do the public speaking,
right,
but not all of them do. Yeah, they pass the baton.
Yeah, the academic decathlon. It's a competition. It's just a competition for intelligence.
Is anybody getting worried about all these bullfrogs at the window?
Gee, why are we recording in Howard's room?
It's about 1,000 bullfrogs.
We have the AC turned around in here. I mean, it's good for the skin.
I want to say this because here's what I've been thinking about: is I really want this podcast to be more popular. It would be mean a lot for me financially, and emotionally. And one thing I've noticed is engagement helps. So here's what I want all of our listeners to do: send Howard some helpful videos on leadership that you've seen out there.
Yeah.
Send, and I think this will really help with this, academic videos and articles on engagement that you can send Howard to learn about leadership.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. I've got plenty of time. I love to look at the internet.
And if you have any maybe fight song pitches for our school, you can send those.
Send a fight song pitch for Sam over there. Yeah.
Yes. And tell us how to recycle stuff. And figure out our trash can.
Show us the picture of your little box. Oh, no, not that one.
No, that your little box. Beep. Show us. Yeah, take a picture of your little food box, as nasty as it is, and show us how many flies are inside of your house.
Yes. Show us all the fruit flies you got because you're trying your best to help the world.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody at home, for listening today.
Todd, bless you all.
Share.
We love you.
Thank you, Cher. Thank you, Sonny.
R.I.P.
And stay
flippy.